Hello and welcome to a brand new F1 23 video. My first video on this brand new channel, so hopefully more content is to come. But for this video, we have one very simple mission on our hands. I just want to head into an open lobby without practice and see how long it will take me to win a race. Simple on paper, but considering the fact that we're in open lobbies and not a professional league race, winning is gonna be very difficult, as we're about to see in the upcoming 3 races we have. As we're just gonna join a random lobby, 19 out of 22 in this one, so we're gonna have a full grid for this first race, which the track we'll be tackling today is Belgium, which isn't a good sign already, because Belgium is one of those tracks where it's always expected to be chaotic no matter what league we're racing in, no matter if it's a league race or an open lobby. As we head into one-shot qualifying, going down the bus stop, had a bit of a lock-up there, not the best lap here. I mean, we are coming in with no practice, so a bad lap is kind of what we're expecting, but not as bad as I maybe would have thought, as we qualify P5 for our first race. Decent position, considering no practice. Now as you head into the 5 red lights, the lights go out and we get a good start off the line. Bit of wheel spin, but still good start. As you head now down into turn 1, down the inside the Alfa Romeo, we get absolutely murdered at turn 1. Oh my god, absolute chaos already occurring at turn 1. Turn 1 has basically become a parking lot, a parking space there for that short period. As we drop from 5th to last place, 20th and last, so we're gonna have a big recovery drive on our hands as we now head down the Kemmel Straight, using a lot of our battery. Are there gonna be any silly moves at the end of the Kemmel Straights? No, nothing, but a 5-lap open lobby race, so chaos is expected at every lap. As the Mercedes there goes wide, we go around the outside of the Mercedes, pushes us off a little bit there. The Alpine there is respawning on track. Luckily I managed to avoid him, and we're up into P19. Still a super long way to go in this race, considering that we are P5, so my aim now is to at least finish where we started, which is P5. So P5 will be the target for today. Will we get that? Let's see as we head now towards the end of Sector 2. As we see a drive off there when the Aston Martins they're going wide. We take the place. Thank you very much. And up into P18 we go. As there are more yellows, more greens. As you head down the back straight towards Blanchimont corner. Right behind us Mercedes, there are yellow flags ahead. There's a couple of drivers off the exit Blanchimont. Looks like a McLaren off there, and was that one on the other Mercedes, nearly trying to block us down. So you go late on the brakes. Don't know really what I was doing there. I didn't really want to go for that one. I was a bit clumsy there. But we overtook the Williams that I didn't originally plan to overtake. So that's another place up. And after a couple more collisions, we're back up into P13 at the moment. So we started 5th, got up to 20th, up to P13. So that's a net gain of a net loss of 8 places at the moment. So net loss 8 places. As you head into lap 2, yellow flags ahead. There's a couple of drivers parked in the middle of the track, and what are these two doing? The McLaren Alfa Romeo parking in the middle of a track, looking to maybe block some people. The damage is off in this lobby, so I think those guys don't really give an F about racing. As you see those two cars there having a bit of a moment. And now we're up into P10, up into the points behind the 2 Haas drivers there, almost hitting the rear wing of BC here, as both of them go off the track. We get a little bit of a tank slapper there, but still managed to save the cars. They're heading to lap 3, looking to go down the inside of one of the Haas's, and we do go down the inside, but that Haas still hangs on around the outside and still manages to hold on to B10. We try to go side by side here down the road, but he pushes us into the wall, and I decided to back off and try and overtake at the Kemmel Straight. To see the other Haas having a big wiggle there, and now we have DRS as we see the McLaren parking on track and blocking the Haas driver, and we see up ahead one of the Red Bulls there, was one of the Williams, trying to push me into the wall on the straight, which is a big no-no in racing, as the Alpine here is going to go round the outside. I try to defend, but we make contact and I get a bit of a spin, almost spun 180, but kind of managed to save it, albeit dropping back down to P8 as I head into the end of lap 3 behind the Red Bull here, full P7, so not long to go until I get back to where I started, as we're heading into the start of lap 1. DRS better exit than the Red Bull. Can we make a successful move down the inside this time? And the answer is yes. Looks like we touched wheels there, but I do get past in the end, as we see down towards Eau Rouge. There's a Williams parked in the middle of the straight here towards Eau Rouge. Can you guess what's going to happen next? If you guessed that he was going to block me, then congratulations, you are correct, as the Williams blocks me there quite convincingly and quite dirtily. Is dirtily even a word? I don't know. But quite unfair there, as another Williams goes backwards, almost hitting me backwards. And as you head down to the Camel Straight, we're going to see another Williams there was on the right hand side, goes to the left, almost pushing me into the wall. What are those two Williams drivers doing? I think those two are thinking that this is a demolition derby and not an F1 race, as we're heading into the final lap. P7 P9, I apologize, P9, as you're behind the outside here, P8, as we see the McLaren, did I say McLaren? I meant to say Red Bull and Williams. The Williams there almost hitting me again, so the Williams drivers, they're really hating my Ferrari, as you see a Haas there, into the wall, up into P7, 2 more places to go, and we're going to be P7 on track at the end, but after penalties, we will get back up into P5, which is exactly where I started the race, so we didn't actually lose places at the end, so interesting for us race there, as we're heading to our second race in Portugal. Again, one-shot qualifying, didn't show the lap, but we start P5 again, so maybe this time we can have a better race, as we go off our grid boxes, now heading down to turn 1, and well, Aston Martin casually brake checking me there, thank you very much, and actually upper place at the moment, heading down to turn 2 or 3 this is, and we're upper place, we're up into P4, so a much better start compared to Belgium. As you head down the hill towards the hairpin, is there going to be a collision here? Yes, there is, between the Aston Martin and AlphaTauri. Managed to avoid them, and up into second place, Ferrari 1-2 in Portugal. Something us Ferrari fans sadly won't be seeing this year. Painful for me to say that, but it is true. As you head to the end of lap 1, the yellow sectors, the Haas going backwards, and just like the Williams in Belgium, going backwards trying to hit me. As their yellow flags down the main straight, you can see the Red Bull and Williams on the right, parking again in the middle of a straight. Don't know what's going on their heads. As heading to lap 2 now, having a good battle with this McLaren here. As you head down to this sector 2, the Williams there almost wanting to hit me, actually wanted to hit me, almost hit me, now forcing me to go off track and lose a position to the McLaren. But the McLaren here very kindly slows down and gives me back the place. I think he realized that the Williams pushed me off unfairly, gave the McLaren an advantage that shouldn't be given, and McLaren just gave me a position back so that we can continue this fight. Which will continue only for a couple of seconds, as the Haas once again murders me and forces me to lose 2 positions this time, and this time those 2 aren't going to slow down and give me the position back, and we are now vulnerable from another Alfa Romeo behind us as you head into the end of lap 2. I'd imagine there's still going to be cars parked on the main straight. There are yellow flags, and yes, there are cars parked in the middle of the track, and the Haas again going backwards and almost hitting me. I think at this point I'm slowly starting to understand how dirty this lobby is, as there's more collisions here at the back. I try to go around the inside, I'm forced to go track, because I was being a bit careful so I don't get an illegal overtake. as we overtake our teammate. We're going to try to go down the inside of McLaren, but my teammate goes down the inside of me. We're going 3 wide for a split second there. Then my teammate pushes off McLaren and we're back into the podium place in P3 in lap 3. As the Williams there pushes when the Alfa Romeo off and nearly wanting to push me off, as I managed to see him try to go to the right. As they head into the start of the final lap here, multiple cars parked on track, and as you see the Williams there, another Williams hitting me in the middle of a straight and pushes me down from a podium position to outside of the podium position. And at this point I was super angry, and I realized that if I want to win a race, this lobby is an absolute no-go. So I told myself that I was gonna leave this lobby as soon as this race ends. But before this race ended, right here, I decided to stop, turn around, and head back to the main straight. So I'm gonna avoid these guys who didn't hit me, and I'm gonna head to the main straight and visit the Haas's and the Williamses and give them a little bit of words of exchange. And by words, I mean a demolition job, as I'm gonna show these guys how pissed off I am at what they're doing. First time was the Haas, now this Red Bull, and now I'm gonna head to the Williams there. Williams hitting me twice. Okay, that wasn't that guy. Here he is, the Williams, and KO almost hitting his teammate. His teammate also was being dirty to me, and just showed them a lesson. I didn't care why I finished in the end. I finished P11 this one. I didn't care at this point because I knew that this lobby was going to be a no-go. As we head into a brand new lobby, this time this is going to be our third and final race of the day at Belgium once again. So maybe Belgium this time will be good to us, as we also changed cars. We changed from the Ferrari to the Alpine. Maybe the Alpine will give us a win. Maybe I can give a win to Alpine, unlike in real life. As we head into the 5 red lights for a third time today, lights go out and we get a decent start from P9 this time, making up a couple places, going down the inside, lock up, almost hitting one of the Ferraris. They're getting hit by a couple more people, a couple people ghosted, getting a couple warnings for collisions, so penalties are enforced strong here. And as we head down to Eau Rouge, the Haas there going off track there, and we're up into P3 already a good start. But as we head down to the Kemmel Straight, looks like the Mercedes, the Haas are getting away. We're gonna go 3 wide, heading to the end of the straight. We make contact and we've been spun around, and we drove from P3 down to P17, that is, for a short man, P18 for a split second, now back up into P15, 14, now 13. So we're gonna have a recovery job to do again, just like in the first Belgium race, as one of the Mercedes there off track again, and we're up into P11 now. Let's head into lap 2. Couple drivers off there. Are we able to get another position? Not quite at the moment. We're still P11 at the moment, and we're gonna make that P10 as the Aston Martin ahead has another spin, and we're up into P10, back up into the points. So 1 position away from where I started as we're heading to the end of lap 2. The Mercedes and Haas here going a bit side by side, and the Mercedes pushing the Haas off the track there, and that's another 2 free places for me. Heading up to Rouge on lap 3, Williams decided to become a ghost, giving me another place up to P7. Further ahead on lap 3, the AlphaTauri ghosting down up into P6, so already 3 places up from where we started. As he head down to X corner, I believe the name of this corner, as the Ferrari is ghosted there. That's going to be another free place for us. Those yellow flags ahead, someone's had a moment as we overtake the ghosted Ferrari for P5. And as we head into the end of lap 4, we have now gained on P3 and 4. Make that second and third as one of the Alfa Romeos goes off at the final quarter. And now heading into the final lap, we have a chance of a potential second place finish as the Red Bull locks up. McLaren going a little bit wide as we get a good exit heading down towards Eau Rouge. We are going to look to have a move for second place. maybe even a double overtake is possible. As we head down to Camel Straight, I'm getting DRS here, same as McLaren. I have the inside line, gonna box the McLaren in, and we're gonna go 3 wide for a split second. And this time going 3 wide, I managed to overtake 2 cars at once. No spins whatsoever, and a sensational double overtake for second place. And the guy ahead, 4.2 up the road, but he has a 2-second penalty. We're gonna make that 4 as he just gets a penalty for track limits. So if we can speed up, we might have a chance of winning this race. 4.3 the gap, so if we could just drive fast and cleanly, then we have a chance of potentially taking the win here. As we are looking fast, purple sector 1, so we are looking good at the moment. The gap is less than 4 seconds, so if we can keep this up, we could already win a race on our 3rd attempt. 3rd time's the charm, 3rd time lucky. Can we do it? 3.6 the gap, 3.5 the gap, as he head towards the end of the lap. As he now head down towards Blanchimont corner. Easy flat out on these F1 cars. 3.6 still the gap. We can just keep the bus stop chicane clean. We can take the win from this Aston Martin head as we round the final corner. Checker flag is out. 3.2 the gap. Shafi takes the flag, but in the end, it will be us in the Alpine who will take the checker flag and win the Belgian Grand Prix. And we win an open lobby race in only our 3rd attempt. I thought it was going to take like at least a couple of 100 attempts, but no, 3rd time is the charm, and on our 3rd attempt we do take the flag and win. So that's going to be it for today. Very chaotic races. It just shows you how chaotic online races can be, unless you're in a league race. But that's gonna be it for today. Let me know if you enjoyed this video or not. Let me know what other videos you want me to make here. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow my socials, and goodbye.